Erev Torah B'Tay. It says in the Gemara Batra, Kuf Chav Gimel Amud Aleph, that a person is allowed to deceive, the Reshaim, because they work with deception, So you have to balance it out.
He's allowed to do what?
If you stop playing with your phone, you'll hear me better.
No.
He's allowed to deceive the Reshaim. He's allowed to deceive the Rashaim. Right? That's what we said. So, one person, what do you call it? When he heard this, I posted it on Facebook. He asked me, Rabbi, can you explain this to me? What does this mean? What, we're allowed to deceive, cheat, say lies, all kinds of things like this. Wow, a Jewish person? How can he do things like this? Right? This is the question. So now we're going to explain to him, right, what this means. It's a very good thing to understand, also, for us, for all of us. We have to go, into the Bible. Right? Again, right, we go to the Parsha Shavua, right, because we see Avraham Avinu. This is what he did with Paro. He deceived him, right? He told him, she's my sister. You know what I mean, right? Am I right?
Right.
So he lied to him. So how did he do that? What was the reason why he did it? The simple reason, Pashut, the reason was because those Mitzrim, Shtufei Zima, they're very immoral people, they have illicit relations. And therefore, if if they see a beautiful woman like this, they're going to kidnap her, they're going to do something with her. They're going to do something, they're going to pull some kind of a scam. To kidnap her, right, all kinds of things. So, this was Pikuach Nefesh. You know what that means, Pikuach Nefesh? Life is in danger, Her life is in danger. If I tell them that she's my wife, they're gonna kill me. So my life is in danger. So of course I'm gonna trick him, So in a case like this, of course Avraham Avinu, he tricked Paro because his life was in danger. You understand? This is one example of what we saw. Right later on, what happens is we see that. Same thing he did with Avimelech, right? When he went to Gerar, right? Same thing with Avimelech. Told her, it's my sister. Mm-hmm. And then we see Yitzchak Avinu also, right? Same thing, He told Avimelech, Rivka is my sister. Alright? So, that's the thing, So we see, right? This was something commonplace. That our forefathers, patriarchs, they played these games, with these Reshaim. Because they knew, that if you tell them the truth, you're in danger, they're going to do something to you. What does that mean they're going to do something to you? Either they're going to kill you, one thing, Number two is they may kidnap you. Number three, they may steal from you, your property. So in cases like this, you're allowed to be crafty with them, just like they're crafty with you. You know what I mean? You got to play those games, What can you do, right? We have to survive. Don't let anybody cheat you, but take advantage of you. That's the whole thing. So we have to cheat them in order that they shouldn't cheat us, because they're trying to cheat us. You know what I mean? They're trying to play games. Same thing, with Yaakov Avinu, right? Same thing we saw over there. What happened? He went to the house of Lavan, right? Lavan was the biggest cheater, right? Number one. Cheater number one in the whole world, right? Ramai. Nobody was a cheater like him, They say, right? He was a very high-level cheater, high-level fraudster. So what happened, right? Yaakov Avinu went there to the house of Lavan. And he met Rachel over there, right, by the well. So what happened, right? He says, listen, all right, I like you, let's get married. I already know, right, I want to marry you. That's it, right? Can you imagine first date, First meeting, he already knew. That's the way it should be, by the way, if it's good connection. 1-2 meetings already a person should know, that, But that's when it comes to the first zivug, But when it comes to later on, got divorced, second wife, third wife, it may take longer, because the person is already used to, living a certain way. To get used to it now, a new woman, it takes time, to mesh together with a new person. That's something else. But when you're young, 1-2 dates, you already know what's going on. But either it's yes or it's no, one or the other. It's no brainer there. So what happened, right? He said, okay, marry me. So she says, my father, he won't let you marry me, He's a trickster, he's going to he's going to scam you. He's going to scam you, right? So what did Yaakov Avinu answer? He didn't say, "Oh, okay, forget it." He wasn't scared. So what did he say? He said, "Listen, he says your father. He knows how to scam. So I also know how to scam. You know what I mean? If he tries to scam me, I'm going to scam him. You know what I mean? What do you think? Well, I don't know how to play these games. I know how to play these games. Yes, I'm tzaddik. I'm chacham. I'm not supposed to be like this. Ish tam, right? It says about Yaakov Avinu. He was tam. What does that mean, tam? Innocent. A person who's innocent. But innocent person, like this, he knows how to play the games. He doesn't like to do it. But if he has no choice, he'll play the games too. He'll play those games. So, what happened? Right? In the end, it was true, Laban scammed him, but he also scammed him in the end. You know what I'm talking about? With the sheep, right? This kind of sheep, right? The speckled, spotted, right? This color, brown color, red color, all kinds of things. He pulled a scam on him too, a little bit. You know what I mean? There was a scam there. Why? Because he was cheating him all the time, Laban. With the maskoret, with the wages. So Laban was cheating, and trying to steal his money. So he says, "Listen, you've cheated me already enough. I'm here 20 years already, more than 20 years. You're cheating me every day. Now it's time for me, to play games with you. I know how to play those games. I'll get you, So at the end, that's what he did, right? He scammed him too. So here's the thing, right? What do you see from here? That a tzaddik, when he sees that a person is a rasha, he's a gangster, scammer, violent person, killer, this, okay. He has to know how to play the games with him, you know what I mean? Because if he's going to be innocent with him, Tom, he's going to be like this, he's going to get cheated, he's going to get killed, he's going to get damaged. You know what I mean? So you have to know how to play these games with the right people. You have to know how to adjust yourself,
What about Yaakov and Yitzchak?
No? What about?
No, when he came with his son, he was carrying his father.
Yeah, same thing over there.
Yitzchak is not a rasha. And you need to be calm. So why you want
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yitzchak wasn't the problem. The problem was Esav. The bracha, to get the bracha.
He became your father in the end.
True. He got punished for that, by the way.
Yes,
he got punished. But anyway, he was right to do it. You know what I mean? He was right. He was right, because if he would lose the bracha,
my question,
you know what it says in Zohar Kadosh, right? If he would lose the bracha, and Esav would get that bracha, Esav would have been able to destroy Am Yisrael. He would be able to destroy them. You understand? Nechila, what were you saying?
No, I'm saying, I agree. Of course, Yaakov Avinu, everybody wants tzaddikim. I'm not coming to ask a question about it. But my question is, how a person can know when is the right time to do that?
This is the question, right?
That's the main question.
So you know how you know? You have to have good sechel, good noodles in your head. You have to have good brains, you know what I mean? I'll tell you something. How old are you now, by the way?
37.
How old are you? 37. You know what it is? As you get older, you understand these things better, The age gives you experience. You know what I mean? So you know how to play these games already. Also, the more Torah you have, the more Torah you have, the wiser you get how to deal with Rashaim. So it's age, experience, and also Chokhmat Torah. And some people are already, are also just, naturally, they're very sly, They're very tricky. They know how to play this game.
Is it a good way or
It could be good, it could be bad. It depends on what you are and who you are, right? But the thing is, right, that you have to know how to play these games. You know why? Because the Rasha is always trying, to trick you, to pull something over you. So if you don't know how to defend yourself, you're gonna lose your shirt, man. You're gonna be walking around with your underwear, no shirt, because the Rasha is gonna destroy you like this. You have to be careful. So that's the thing, So you have to watch out and defend yourself. So this is what we're talking about, And then you may think, let me just be innocent, and just go straight, with the Rasha, let me go straight with him, So this is shoteh, Chasid shoteh, idiot, the person like this, He says, I'm going to go straight with him. He's cheating me, I'll go straight. So what are you going to do? You're going to kill yourself like that. Shoteh, fool, Durak. Right? That's what they say, right? What can you do, a person like this? He's not gonna succeed in life like that. He doesn't know how to play these games. He has to know how to play. When you know that person, is a cheater, he's a scammer, you have to play these games. Otherwise you're gonna lose everything. And if you don't, right, as we said, right, you're gonna get damaged. Here's the thing, right? So let me give you an example now of this. What happened with Yoshua, right? Yoshua bin Nun. What's the story over there? So they say, right, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Yoshua bin Nun, all the Canaanim, right? All the Canaanim that living in Eretz Canaan, don't allow them to have a brit. Don't do a brit with them. Don't make a pact with them. They have to either die, or if they want, right, they can leave, go to Galut. One or the other. So what happened was, right, that this Givonim, this Reshaim, Yimach Shemam, they knew about this, the Givonim. They were Canaanim also, one of the groups of the Canaanim. So what happened was, that the Givonim, they came to Yeshua, in trickery, they cheated him. They told him, we came from a distant country, we come from South Africa, we came from there, we're Kushim, So they said, we want to convert, convert us to Judaism. We came here, to convert. So Yeshua ben Nun said, what? You came from Africa? Yeah, you sure? So in the end, what happened, right? They tricked him, Yeshua. They tricked him, they were able to trick him. And because of this, he converted them. He wasn't allowed to convert them. This was a scam. The Givonim. So what happened was, right, that they converted him. They converted them. In the end, they found out, that they're Canaanim. Givonim, Canaanim. They're not allowed to convert them. So he came to them, and said, what did you do to me? You scammed me? Shame on you. So what happened was, they told him, they said, I'm sorry, Rabbi Yoshua, I'm sorry, we're sorry, but we were just scared, because, we're Canaanim. We thought you were going to kill us, God knows what you're going to do. We were scared, so we pulled the trick, just to survive. That's what happened, right? So what happened, there were some people, by the way, when this happened, in Am Yisrael, they wanted to kill these guys, You scammed us, huh? We're going to wipe you out, kill all of you. They wanted to kill them. But in the end, the Chachamim over there, the Yoshua and the Chachamim, the Zkenim, they decided not to kill them. You know why? What's the reason why? Because it will be Chilul Hashem, Why? Because they would say, all the world would say, well, look what they did. They converted them and then they killed them. This is what they do to the converts, They kill their converts, This is what they would think. They don't understand all the intricacies, of the halakha. They don't understand all these things. All they see is they converted and then they got killed, exterminated. So Yeshua said, they said this Kenim, Yeshua, let's leave them alone, But what they did was they punished them, So what does that mean? They left them alive, but they didn't allow them to intermarry with the Jews, They made them separate, not to intermarry with the Kahal, And this, by the way, was extended also later on, by David HaMelech. He also decreed, not to let them integrate into the community later on as well, So this went for a long time, and in the end, we never allowed them to integrate into the community. They were always separate. What were they doing? The Givonim, what was their job? They were working in the Bet HaMikdash, They were cutting wood, chopping wood over there for the Bet HaMikdash. This was their job. So they were working in Kedusha, they were converts. But on the other hand, they said, you tricked us, we're not going to allow you to intermarry into the community. No way. No way. We're never going to allow you to do that. So they never got integrated into the community, the Givonim. But what do you see from here? You see from here that when you don't watch out, and you allow these Reshaim, to cheat you, you get scammed. So you don't be, innocent guy, Tam, Durak, Chasid Shoteh. Yeah, I believe them. What do you believe? They're Reshaim. You have to be careful with them. They know how to pull all the tricks on you. They're going to pull tricks on you. This is the whole thing, So this is the meaning of what we said, So therefore, a person who's Chacham, always he has to know that when you see a person who's a Rasha, scammer, not an honest person, he's a real Rasha. Doesn't matter, by the way, he could be even a Jew, But the point is, right, that when you know somebody, has ulterior motives on you. He's looking at you, sizing you up. You know what I say, right? Sometimes when I see people like this, when these kind of people, they look at you, you know what they see, right? They don't see your face. You know what they see? You know what they see? Dollar signs, dollar. They see dollar signs. How can I get his money? How can I take this guy's money? How can I scam him? Take his money. If a person comes like this to you, trying to scam you, what are you going to do? Be innocent? Yeah, okay. I trust you. What trust you? Are you crazy? How can you trust a guy like this, Rasha? These Rashaim Arurim. So therefore we have to be careful, and to defend ourselves. And this is not considered to be a sin, just the opposite, right? It's a mitzvah. If you're trying to trick me, I'm going to trick you too. You're trying to play games with me? I play games with you. I know how to play games. You know what I mean? So don't come to me, with these things, and don't be chasid shoteh, I have to be honest. I'm a Jew, You're an idiot. What are you talking about? Honest. You're going to be honest with these people? They're gonna take everything from you. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנן כשאומר, אצל הקדוש ברוך הוא לסוף ישראל, לפי חשוב בא להם תורה ומצוות שנאמר אדוני חפש, למען צדקו יגדיל תורה ועדי.